BlakGooseTV. I am absolutely in shock with the information I'm about to tell you guys. This is breaking news. This is brand new news. This is also news that I don't think anybody in the goddamn boxing community would have guessed, speculated, just even put out there in the atmosphere for it to be a possibility. It's absolutely crazy. I want to know what you guys think about this. Right off the bat, I got to ask you guys. Y'all see the title below? Y'all see the video I'm about to react to, or more so news that I'm about to react to? Andy Ruiz is back this year against the one and only, not Chisora, not Luis Ortiz, but the king of the ring, the Dutch legendary kickboxer, Tyrone Spong himself. Right? Now, this just blew my motherfucking mind. Why did it blow my mind? Because I would have never expected this. Not only did that blow my mind, but it's on Triller. PBC, what? Andy Ruiz, you're with PBC. PBC never takes a knee to anybody. How is this on Triller? That doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't make no sense. But this is what we have. This is breaking news. This is what's going on. I just want to break this, talk about this tomorrow. I'll probably drop a video and get into the nitty gritty so we can find out the details and how this even ended up happening. But for now, let me ask you guys this, BlakGooseTV family. Is this a fight, one, that you guys are going to watch, two, that you expected or are excited for, and then three, do you think this is a possibility of it being a cherry pick? Okay. And then I want to also ask, are you more excited, or let me ask them, this makes a little bit more sense. Are you disappointed that ultimately Ortiz or Chisora was not chosen for Ruiz's return, and instead we have Tyrone Spong? Please, you guys, drop it in the comments below. Let me hear you guys' opinion. Let's go back and forth. Let's talk about this thing, because this just blew my goddamn mind. But yeah, Andy Ruiz is returning. We knew he was going to return this year. We just didn't know against who. Everybody and a lot of people speculated it was going to be against either Chisora and Andy Ruiz, like I said earlier. But let's get into this particular video, and let's read what the actual announcements. Los Angeles, California, following up on their just released massive schedule of extraordinary events in 2022, Triller Fight Club has announced a mega heavyweight clash between former unified heavyweight world champion Andy the Destroyer Ruiz of Imperial, California, and top-rated and undefeated contender Tyrone King of the Ring Spong, 14-0, 13 KOs, of Paramaribo, Suriname. Excuse me if I did not pronounce that right. My apologies. It is set for Saturday, July 16th, and emanating from the historic Plaza de Toros in Mexico City, Mexico. So it's going to make money. It's going to make a lot of money because Andy Ruiz, if anybody was saying anything, he's still a big draw. But with that being said, I also want to say this to anybody who is necessarily maybe questioning this to be a cherry pick. Keep in mind, Tyrone Spong versus Usyk was supposed to happen. If you guys remember when Usyk made his heavyweight debut, let me talk right. Obviously, it was against Tony Bellew. But afterwards, they were like, who are we going to have him fight next? There was speculation. Ultimately, Tyrone Spong was the one who was chosen. Now, at the time, Spong had started his boxing career because he's done everything, MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and he's been great in all of them. Maybe the one you would kind of speculate him to not be a great in would maybe be MMA, but he was still, in my opinion, had a pretty successful career in MMA. But let's not get sidetracked. In boxing, he decided to take up boxing pretty later in his career, and he actually ended up doing great. As you can see, 14-0, 13 KOs, and he was projected to fight Usyk. Ultimately, that fight fell through because of a supposed PED pop by Tyrone Spong. Spong came out. He showed his results. He showed that this is bullshit. This is ludicrous. I was never popped for anything. They just don't want to put Usyk in danger of a motherfucker like me because they know it's too high risk, low reward. And ultimately, we got Usyk versus Witherspoon. Now, how true I can take from either one, I don't know. But with that being said, I'm just putting that out there because Tyrone Spong, he's no joke when it comes to boxing. Actually pretty solid. But that's the news. That's what's being said. That's what's being put out there. What do you guys, BlakGooseTV family, like, what do you guys think about this? Like, I know I'm being kind of animated. I know I'm being over the top, but this is literally brand breaking news. This is something no one would have expected. No one would have guessed when it came to the boxing community. It's out of nowhere, y'all. Especially when you're talking about Andy Ruiz possibly fighting someone like Luis Ortiz, fighting someone like Derek Chisora, two heavyweight contenders who, you know, if Andy Ruiz beats either of them, it only elevates and projects his name. Now, fighting someone like Spong, I'm not saying that wouldn't do that because I'm not saying, like I said, I respect Spong. Like, look at him here. He looks amazing. He looks amazing as a boxer. You would never guess that his real background and what he comes from is a Dutch kickboxer who's a fucking legend. And if anyone wants to disrespect him, watch your mouth. I'm very big. I love kickboxers. That's one of the hardest sports in my opinion. But anyways, he's a beast. So I'm not discrediting him. It's just, Spong, he recently had that MMA bout with Eagle FC. It didn't go his way at heavyweight. But I didn't expect it not to because he had been doing boxing for so long. So I was like, look at Spong looks like a goddamn beast. Okay. Hey, y'all better be ready. Spong might beat Ruiz, man. I'm being 100 with you. Spong is a dark horse in the heavyweight division. I know nobody want to be talking about it, but I'm telling you, look at this man. Jesus Christ. I didn't know he looked this good in training. No wonder he got 13 KOs. God dang, Spong. He looks faster than Ruiz and stronger than Ruiz. Am I tripping? Am I being over the top? Y'all correct me. I'm actually a bigger fan than Spong because I'm like deep down in my core. Anyways, I don't want to get into all that. But Spong looks great. But anyways, this even though this is out of nowhere, I'm like, I actually think this is a pretty risky fight for Ruiz. I actually, I'm saying, I'm starting to change my mind watching the training videos. I'm like, this is an easy fight for Ruiz. And I'm like, if Ruiz ends up losing this fight, that man loses all of his clout. So he's definitely putting it all on the line, and I have to respect that for him. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the business of boxing, I don't understand it, but I respect it. So I want to know what you guys think about this. Obviously, drop your opinions below in the comments. Answer my questions to start off with the video. I will do a more analytical side of the game video when it comes to this announcement tomorrow. I'm going to find whatever articles I can find so we can get the details. I want to know why Triller is the one hosting this fight, not PBC. I want to know how it got made and how this even came into play, because there was no reports of this being a possibility, right? So I'm out of here. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Blessings, salutations, and